All right. Hey, want to thank y'all for tapping in the Street Ball, the pro. It's the ambassador, Coach Ash, and my man Ballaholic on here. We got a guest, a good friend of mine, my brother, Coach Mac, the girls' high school coach at CK. So, man, we just gonna open it up and just talk with Coach Mac on a lot of different levels. You know, he's a former player. Uh, Me and him played at the same JUCO. I had a chance to play with him back in my hooping days. Ballaholic. I told you I used to have a game, bro. You know what I mean? You know, that was my man right there. Used to just put people in the rim. You know what I mean? You know, so we just gonna open it up. Coach Matt, man, who are you? I know you, but you know, we got a platform of people who probably want to know who Coach Mack is as a player, as a man. You know what I mean? I know you're a father as well. So we're gonna just
Yeah, man. I was born and raised in Oakland, California. My mom, she got married to a military guy, and then we became a military family, moved around quite a bit, man. I went to 5 different high schools, so my basketball journey was kind of not what I'd like it to be because I never stayed put long enough to really catch anybody's eye because I was always going somewhere. I moved to Washington State in middle school. I was here for about 2 years, moved back to Cali, moved back to Washington. It was like a back and forth thing for a while. Got to Washington back again my junior year and played for Olympic High School. On my 10th practice before I became eligible, went up for a dunk on somebody and fractured my hip. So I was out for the majority of my junior year. I think I played like 5 games. Transferred to Bremerton High School. I knew some guys that I knew when I was younger. Played high school Bremerton High. We went 5th in state that year. Broke the state record for most block shots in the game, most block shots in the tournament, which the tournament record currently stands.
okay.
Didn't have the right people in my life, so to speak, as far as like to push me academically. You know, I was a good ball player. I made first team all state, and kind of like everybody kind of just let me get by, you know, with the bare minimum. As long as I was eligible, you know, it was like whatever, you know, in the classroom I didn't really perform that well, so I wasn't eligible to receive those scholarships that these kids feel like if I'm a hooper, you know, I'm gonna go D1. Little do they know, you know, with the clearinghouse, you got to have a certain GPA, you got to have a certain SAT score to even be eligible to receive that scholarship, no matter how good you are. So I had to take the JUCO route. I went down to Modesto JC over the summer, played summer league with them. Got a little homesick, came back to Bremerton. Well, homesick was Bremerton at the time, and that's where my mother was living at. So I came back, went to Whatcom Community College. I played up there for a year, and then they had a coaching change. And so, being young and dumb, I just left and went down to Bremerton, started hanging out with people I grew up with, and you know, started working and stuff. Took a year off, and then wanted to get back in because I was playing on base and stuff like that, the military bases, and I mean, I still had it. Everybody kept telling me to go back and play. That's where I met the ambassador, Coach Ash. It's my guy. We played at Olympic College together. I did a year there, and then I had a full ride to Montana State Billings over the summer, hooping again on base. Went up for a block, came down, landed on somebody's foot, and broke my ankle. Called my coaches and let them know, and they yanked the scholarship from me. So, I mean, that was kind of the ending of my, you know, my collegiate career. I started doing like little semi-pro stuff, tryouts here and there and stuff like that. And I always hung with an older crowd. I had the wrong people in my ear that didn't make it. So they kind of discouraged me like, man, if you was going to make it, you had already made it. You know, you ain't going D1. Just a lot of negative energy. And I listened to it and then just got into the working field. Some years went by. Had a daughter 15 years ago. And, you know, I stopped playing. My health, as far as like my knees and stuff like that from jumping, because I used to play blacktop everywhere. Like I would drive all over Washington and just crash courts like, nonstop day to night, and started to wear and tear on my knees. So I kind of gave that up. Once my daughter became of age, I started, getting her into the game and stuff like that. And anybody that has ever heard of Bremerton, Washington knows it's a real small town. Kitsap County really didn't offer too much on the girl side. I was always constantly searching for something to get my kid into instead of it just being her dad, pushing her. She started playing Pee-wees. Her second year of Pee-wees, Coach Ashley was around, and he was doing the Kitsap semi-pro. And then he had the boys league, and we had a good group of girls that had some talent. And him and a guy named Terrence, they kind of pieced these girls together, but they didn't have a coach. And since I was always on the court with my daughter, they asked me to jump in and do it. Coach Ashley was initially going to be the head coach, but then he, whatever his reason was, asked me if I would just take over. I think he had a lot of stuff on his plate, so he just had me be the guy. And so, I did it because it's my kid, and, why not? So it was my way of getting back into the game. And, we had some really talented girls. We was going over to Tacoma, Seattle. And, we was competing. Like, we didn't really lose too many games. One day, Ashley, the ambassador, hit me up and was like, hey, this middle school, they got a posting for a coach. You should apply. So I applied and ended up getting it, but I was the assistant coach. The following season, they promoted me to head coach. My goal was to get to the middle school level by the time my daughter got there. And by the grace of God, it actually ended up happening. By the time she was in the 6th grade, the way they do middle school out here is like they take a high school season, and the first half of the high school season is the boys. The second half of the high school season is the girls. So I ended up getting hired as the girls' assistant coach. So I was the boys head coach, girls assistant. And a year after doing assistant for the girls, things just start falling into place. I became the head coach for the girls. So now I'm like the head coach of the whole entire program. I was at the same time still coaching with the Lady Admirals, with Ash, our girls AAU team. And then let's see where we're at now. I'm looking online because I'm like, man, I want to keep riding this wave. Like, my daughter's getting ready to graduate soon. I want to move up. Like, I like it. It's a way to stay in the game and all that stuff, and I'm a big advocate for female sports, period, but mainly basketball because I got one kid and it's a female. So, I want to create any and every opportunity I can for her and, the rest of the kids in this small town that anybody really know about. And so I applied for a school called Olympic High School and Central Kitsap High School, which, by the way, is rivals of the high school I graduated from. Okay. I don't know what it was. Something over the summer just told me to pull my app from Olympic High School, but not Central Kitsap. And then I get a call to go interview. I get a second interview to come down and run a practice so the AD and everybody can watch how I orchestrate a practice. And the next day they called me back and offered the job. And it's funny because I did all this to get the job, but it's my daughter's 8th grade year, and I'm still the head coach at the school that she's at. And these kids that I've had since the 2nd grade all the way to the 8th, I would have had to leave them. And so AD calls and he's like, I want you to take the job. And I'm like, hey, can I get a second to think about this? Because I don't even know no more. I don't know if I really want to do it anymore because I don't want to leave. I want to finish what I started with these girls. And these ballholics, these girls, they as a unit was, they was getting down. They was getting down. I'm talking about like 30, 40 point blowouts, like, and not just in our city. Like, we was going to Seattle. And,
like that, huh?
Oh yeah, they was. It was just their connection because they grew up together, so they had the talent and the chemistry. Like, they wasn't just teammates. Like, they were sisters off the court too. So it was like a hard decision. And I sat down with my kid and talked to her about it. And keep in mind, the following year she's gonna go to Bremerton High School, which is not the high school that I'm getting the job for. But I'm not just saying it because it's my kid, but I got an amazing little girl. And she just told me, high school's been your goal, so why not do it? And after she said that, I just said, I ended up still coaching her though. So I had some long days. Like, I would coach her at the middle school from 3 to 5, and then I would go to CK from 5:30 to 7:30. So I was like doing both just to ride that year out with her. So Ashley's coaching at the Ridgetop Middle School, probably about 10 minutes down the street, but he's coaching boys, and I'm just like, man, me and him had this vision a long time ago. We've been putting in so much work with these girls to keep them together, and they, one of them split. She went out to Seattle to go hoop out there, which, I don't blame her. She's chasing the dream too. But me and him had this vision from 6-7 years ago, and I just hit him up like, hey man, I just got the job as the head coach of the girls program at Central Kitsap, and if you will, come back full circle, man. You the one who even got me, started in this whole coaching journey. Like,
right.
I want to go over and be my assistant, just be the assistant to the varsity girls program. And, without even thinking, he was like, yeah. And he came on, man. Like, that's why I love Ash so much, man. He came on, he couldn't get hired. He couldn't be a paid coach. He just came on as a volunteer coach for the whole year last year and just stuck it out with me. We interviewed over the summer. Things didn't happen right, and then he was going to take a job somewhere else, which I was like, okay, I understand. It didn't come out like we wanted to. You can't put your life on pause. I think, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks came by, and I'm just like, man, people want to feel like they want it. I ain't just gonna let my guy just be okay with that. So I called him back up. I'm just like, hey, look, man, before we interview anybody else for this job, man, I want you to be the guy. Like, I want you to be on here. So is there any kind of chance that you want to jump back on? And he said, yeah. I mean, last year we went to state. We lost first round of state. But, I mean, this program, the girls' side hadn't been to the state tournament in, like, I think 10 or 15 years. And so it was like a complete turnaround in less than a year. We had a solid team, really good talent. The coaching staff, we had 5 people on coaching staff, myself, Ashley, a guy named Jeff, Lindsay, and Carrie. And, I mean, we rode it out till we couldn't ride no more. I mean, and this year we off to a slow start, but that's the way it was last year. So, we're gonna just see what we do, man. But, I'm just blessed to have the platform that I have in the community that I'm coaching at, and for Ashley to be willing to come along and, continue our vision. It's in a different location, but I mean, the vision is still there.
Yeah. You said you was from Oakland, California?
Yeah, I grew up in East Oakland until I was about 15, and then that's when we started moving around.
What part of the East?
We was on 90th and Bancroft. That's where I was living at.
Oh, you from the 90s. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I'm pretty familiar with the whole. I'm from Frisco. So, yeah. I'm pretty familiar.
When I jumped on, I was like, he looked familiar. I don't know where I might have seen you at, but you just looked familiar. My uncle used to take me out to Frisco to hoop, too. We used to go.
Yeah. Okay. Because when you heard, I was like, wait, did he say Oakland? I'm like, hold on, Oakland? So then, I mean, just hearing your story, and then now you being from Oakland, and hearing your story make a lot of sense, man. I know Oakland, man, shit. Because me growing up, I first learned how to play basketball at Defirmary Park. You know what I mean? And I just knew how it was flying through the East, the Dubs. You know what I mean? Especially in the Dubs. I used to stay in the Murder Dubs when I was younger. So I just know how Oakland get down, man. East Oakland, West Oakland. God, I mean, it ain't got worse too, man. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you heard.
I done heard.
It got a little worse.
I ain't trying to raise my daughter out there around all that, but I done been
right.
But that's where I started hooping at. Like my pops, rest in peace. He just passed away 2 months ago, but that's where he put the ball in my hand. He used to take me to Rainbow Park, and I just sit there and just watch him hoop all day, and then try to be on the sidelines trying to copy what he was doing.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. Nah, I know. All right, now I know. I really, I just hearing your story, just you being from Oakland, that right there alone, and then hearing you share a story, man. It's just like, okay, yeah, he didn't been through it, man. He didn't deal with it, but dang, fracturing your hip, man. Like, did you get undercut, or it just came down wrong? I think he froze up.
Yeah, I think he did too.
Yeah.
See, end up coming back, but let me see the co-part. Like when me and Mac got together, we was talking about he ended up coming back on. There we go. But
Oh, there we go. Nah,
Yeah.
I didn't get undercutted. So I never went to. So I grew up in Oakland, but my mom's never let me go. I went to Howard Elementary. I think that was as far as I went, as far as going to schools in Oakland. I went to Hayward High School when I was in high school, but then we lived in Alameda when I was a sophomore. And you remember what was his name? Ray. Shit, he went to UCLA.
Ray Young.
Yeah, Ray Young.
Ray Young.
So I used to go get the Slam magazine every month, and I remember Ray Young. They had like his story in there, and he was talking about like dude's his calves was like this big, like dude used to jump out the gym.
Hey, Ash. She had my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, Coach. She had calves, you know, like Ray Allen calves are, like that, but probably even yeah.
So I read his story, and at this time, like I'm 6'6" now, but I had a late growth spurt, so I had to be like 5'9", push maybe 5'10" at the time. But he talked about in the magazine how he used to do calf raises, and after I read that, it was over. Like Ash, I'm talking about I'll be on the steps doing calf raises. My mom was a single parent because my dad lived in North Carolina. So when she was at work at night, I had to watch my little brother and sister. So I couldn't go to the courts. And so I would get my sister on my back and stand on the steps and just do calf raises like nonstop because I wanted to dunk so bad. Like cool to slap backboard, but if you slap backboard on the layup, but if you could bang on somebody, it was it.
Oh yeah, like, you definitely grew up in the '90s, Coach. Yeah, you definitely grew up in the. I can tell you grew up in the '90s for sure. Yeah, but that's real talk.
I like whenever I could get in the gym, I would always do leg extensions, but I never did. What's the other ones when you lay on your stomach and you
curls, hamstring?
Yeah, I never did them. I only did leg extensions because I didn't know all that. We didn't have trainers and all that back then. So I'm just on my leg extensions and my calf raises. So the doctor said my quads was too strong for my hamstring. So when I planted, it just yanked the ball back. Yeah, it was all bad because I seen dude like I think I was probably like 6'2" at the time, and he was like 6'5" cat. I was brand new to Washington from Cali. I just seen him under the hole. I'm like, I'm about to bang on this fool. As soon as I took off, I planted my left foot, and I just went down.
Damn. God, yeah. Hey, now that's crazy because, like when you mentioned Ray Young, he was so popular back then. Like when he explained the calf raises, like I even heard about it. Like it just went through the whole like California coast. That one story I do. He did like 1,000 calf raises a day or something like that. That made him like that. And everybody, the story just when everybody was doing it though. Like I remember, like I'm gonna start doing calf raises too. Like I did them for a little bit. I did it for a little bit, not as much, but like his story it just traveled. So yeah, that's real. That's a true story from Ray Young, man, for real.
Hey, well, like I was addicted to him because we couldn't afford the remember the jump soles? We couldn't afford them. I had to figure it out.
That's so. Now looking back on the jump soles, I always laugh, man. Like I can't believe I had these. Everybody walk around them all day. Wasn't doing no drills with them. I was just walking around in them. Wasn't doing no drills.
They was lightweight kudo. Like people would just rock them like they was like shoes. Like you see somebody in jeans and in jump soles.
Yep.
So true.
Oh man,
Matt, it's crazy. Like everybody, they hear our story. So like, well, the thing is, you hear about the team his daughter played on. So we had a system in which we're now implementing now at CK. So I was a high school coach at Bremerton. So we was already thinking for the future. It's like, all right, man, let's get these girls, let's get them started developing them. So by the time they get to high school, guess what? We're not behind. You know what I mean? they're advanced. They already know the system. You know what I mean? And like I said, they was second and third grade going around beating teams by 30. I mean, we was legit like that, right? You know, by that time, I ended up leaving Bremerton. I wasn't at Bremerton no more. But that's one of the things I loved about Matt. He's kept with it. It was summers that folks don't understand. And like even now, we talk like to our kids, our girls now, and just tell them the commitment. He missed summers, you know what I mean, dedicating to, and he only had like maybe 2, 3 girls that may stuck around, but he was so committed to the vision that we had and trying to change the culture and give our girls an opportunity. So, you know what I mean? Of course, one of our girls, Carmen, shout out to her. She out in Seattle. Like we had girls that developed to go and play for big schools, you know, like Seattle. She's at West. And that's the crazy part. She went to go play against a team that we ended up facing in playoffs in the first round that we made it to state. It was just crazy. It ended up working out that way. But it was just like, you know, God allowed us to develop and work with kids that are some of the best, even now, even on our side, on both sides in girls basketball. So when the opportunity came about for us to get together, we was like, yo, you know, for me, it was no brainer. It was like, yeah, let's do it. That's my guy. We had a heart for the kids. That's the first thing, right? Because, I mean, we was talking to our girls the other day, and you know, I had mentioned, we was talking about some people, it's just a job, it's a paycheck, but it's bigger than that for us. You know what I mean? And so the dope part was to watch him go from AAU to middle school. Now this is 3A, 3A high school. You know what I mean? And there's different levels when you start to coach, you know, and so that's where we're going to transition into just asking you, Mac. I have my own, you know, experience, of course, because I got my first job with the C team at Bremerton, and then I was a head coach the next year. And so it was like, you got to learn, and there's expectations is, you know what I mean, certain things, and just the desire. And I was fortunate enough to have a great community, family, kids, and those kids came out of the Lady Admirals program. So it worked out. It was a theater system, and we ended up turning the girls program around and had a successful 2 years with that group. Well, now being at CK, and this is for Matt, coming from from middle school, you know what I mean? You got a middle school as a middle school head coach to a high school head coach. Now, the the weight and responsibility and the pressure, like for you, like just share a little bit about that. Folks don't understand. That's a major turn when you go from middle school a month, you know what I mean, to now high school, especially varsity high school. And that success that we had last year, we made it to state. We made history, you know what I mean? And this is his first year as the head coach. So now we're coming back. And of course, there's high expectations. You know what I mean? We're looking to go back. And so, Mac, I just want you just to share a little bit on that transition, you know what I mean, from AAU, of course, because they was elementary to middle school, now high school. How has that been for you, you know what I mean, in this transition? And you're still transitioning because now you got to think returning straight high school mode now, and you have a whole system you in charge of implementing and setting the foundation, which, you know, you put a great team together last year. I give you your praises in the sense you're the head coach. You selected all of us and brought us together. And once again, you got another group of great coaches and supporting staff behind you. But still, you as the head coach, what has that been for you? You know what I mean?
Well, middle school, going from middle school to high school, it was, whew, man, it was that where I was like, I'm not even gonna lie to you because I love coach. Let's get this out there. I love coaching at CK. I love coaching there, but it's a different, like when you have a love for something, you can really tolerate almost anything. And so like my plan going into coaching was to continue to help with that group of girls that we had, you know, to work with them because they're family to me. You know what I mean? That's my basketball family, and like there's a deeper love there for developing them not only for the game but just for their future. Like the goal is to get them off to college. Like, you know, I like to go back on what you said. It was like at least 4 straight summers to where like I wasn't even going to Cali to go visit my mom. It was just in the gym the whole summer, and it's like a daily. It was a daily guess of how many girls am I going to have today. You know, it's like dedicating summers where it's my daughter, me, and one other girl in the gym, and so it was like to put that commitment in. I had plans to end up somewhere else. So then to not end up at that school that I initially wanted to go to, the school I graduated from, and then going to this school, who I have no connection. My first year, I have no connection to the community. You know, I know a small handful of people. There was not that genuine love that's developed over the years. So like middle school to high school, it was days throughout the season, especially in the beginning, where I was like, man, this ain't for me. Like, it's this too much. It was just too overwhelming. It's like middle school, you know, I'm going to practice for 2 hours and then I'm going home and I don't got to think about nothing until the next day. I don't got to watch film for this school because I know there's 2 players max that I got to stop, and I don't need film for that. Like, you know, it's middle school. We can adjust to that. Yeah. But high school is like, it's so much off the court stuff that I had no idea about. Like my phone is kind of, like I wake up to emails and text messages. I go to sleep to emails and text messages. You got to plan for the week of practice. You got a game plan for teams. Like it's like just last week we had a game, and me and Ash are already thinking about, okay, we can't even think about this game. Like we got another one tomorrow in less than 24 hours. So, you know, and then we don't even got film on them. So how we gonna coach this? And then we got to order this, and we got to go find our own teams to play. We got to set our whole preseason schedule up. Like I'm used to somebody else doing that for me. So it's like, and the coldest part about it is being the middle school coach. I made more money and spent less time when I was there than I do for the head coach in high school. But it's, you know, it's still, the reward is better in high school, you know, to me, because of the competition and then the reward of like watching people that you've coached go off to college at any level. You know what I mean? It's not, it ain't D1 or bust. And that's one thing that I want a lot of like athletes to understand. Like everybody's path is different. You know, I don't want people going through what I went through, because I got a partner that didn't start in high school but kept on with the journey and ended up playing overseas in like Thailand or something like that, and he wasn't even the guy out here, you know what I mean? But now, like middle school is a lot different. It's a lot different as far as like the preparation to the season. You know, you got a lot of stuff over the summer, you know, the preparation for practice, how you approach the game and stuff like that. And on the girls level, at least in small towns like this, is like, you know, unless you got those feeder systems, you're trying to coach up some girls that may have only played Pee-wee basketball, and now, you know, you got these expectations for varsity players in your program that they're not used to. And it's like, you know, Ash is from Memphis, you know, you from the Bay, so you know the mentality that we got. Like it's great, like we at you, you know what I mean? You could be my best friend, but I'm coming for your head. Like that's like that's the identity that I want for my program. But I mean, it's not a dirty, I want to hurt you. It's like, no, like it's a competition. It's a friendly competition, but I'm coming for you. And and a lot of people, you know, out here don't really have that. They don't have that in them, and I don't know that it's something that you can teach. And it's been a struggle for me this year, just because of the expectations after last year. We had some talented girls last year. We got some talent this year. Yeah. But, you know, that group that we had last year, like the girls we talked about, we trained, they had been together. So now we're trying to like mold a fresh group together and give them an identity that they're not used to. And it's
so it's just
your
mindset. Yeah, your mindset completely changed then, like just like fully out, especially from the transition to middle school to high school. Because I know middle school, they really don't do playoffs. They just have a number of games and then that's it. As
True.
Yeah.
opposed to high school, you got playoffs, sectional playoffs, and yeah, so you going in deep into your bag, and then off the court, you know the maybe like the what they call that, like the spirit club, preparing for the game. You might have to go and talk at a rally. You might have to talk or yeah, something like that. So I get it, Coach Mac. You definitely got your hands full, especially with the girls too, because with the boys, a lot of the times the boys kind of like just, it ain't really too much going on because of the ego part. But with the girls, they're more. It's like they're more into it. The parents are more into it with the girls too. So definitely a lot more. And me not even being a coach, just training, I get it. Just training like kids, boys and girls of all ages. It's just a lot still that come with that, responding in the emails and text messages and all this different stuff. So, and like I said, Coach Ashley, I don't know, I really don't know if I can coach, man. I'm just listening to y'all two, and then me being under Coach Ashley since June, since the summer, and seeing how he's dealing with us, with grown men. You know what I'm saying? So I know dealing with the kids, with the boys and the girls, it's like God, dog, and just knowing him since then, what he's dealing with. You know what I mean? He's got boys and girls of all ages, and then he's dealing with us, grown men, and some of us don't even have it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some of us ain't even like that. And it's just like, man, coach got to go forward, they go backward 3 or 4 steps, then go forward 5 steps. And me and him we talked so much because like, nah, coach, man, doing so much, man. He need a break, man, coach. And I always say he works so much, man. And I always try to like play keep up, and I can't. Like I always told him, like, I gotta like figure out something else to do, man. Because he's representing me. So it's like, what else can I do besides like, working on clothing stuff? What else can I do? And it's like, you know what? I can figure it out, but I'd never be on that work schedule that Coach Ashley got, man, because he's doing it all, man. But I'm also a big advocate for girls sports too, man. Out here, 2025, they're going to have a WNBA team in San Francisco. So that's going to open a lot of ventures and a lot of doors for the girls, especially for girls that go to City College, San Francisco State, University of San Francisco. It's going to open a lot of doors, man, just for maybe not even trying to get to the league, but just helping out, you know what I mean, with different programs that team might offer. Or we do a program and then one of the girls from the WNBA team come out and talk, or they run a camp, or a lot of different stuff, man, like that. So that's why I'm excited already, man. And what my department where I work at, we're already locked in with it. So that's why I'm just excited, man. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait till they come on.
Now, one of the comments we got, shout out to my guy Jordan. His daughter's Kenzie. She's gonna be in our program in the future, Matt. She's 6th grader right now, but it's like you said, they got to have that dog. That's the difference. You know what I mean? That's what we're trying to instill. Where, like, say, yeah, Ballaholic, you'll be up here next. Well, I say next month. This month we're gonna have you out. But you will see. You get across the bridge. That's what we say. This out here, I was saying, you cross that bridge, it's a whole different animal. You know what I mean? And over here, we're not as. We don't, not to say all of them, because we do got some areas, Brim and some more got some grit in them, but then there's a lot that we're just nice. You know what I mean? And it's nothing wrong. There's a time and place for it to be nice. But when you get behind, on the court, and that's our style. You know what I mean? We got sportsmanship, we got class, we have all of that. But when we get on the court, yeah, we coming for your head. You know what I mean? And so that's the culture we're creating, you know what I mean? Which is like that hard work on and off the court, you know what I mean? You really got to buy in, just all of that. And I think that's the difference, like some of the difference between our team last year. We had a few more, we had some dogs, you know what I mean? We had some girls that, you know what I mean? They go head to head with a guy, you know what I mean? And that's the thing that we're looking at now, where we're continuing to change the culture. We're raising up. There's some group like our program, low key. Like, I'm excited because what I seen not only last year, just in the future. Just there's girls at CK, Ridgetop that are coming up into our program. Younger girls, even our group we have now. we actually have some special kids that we're like, we can be one of those teams that make it to the playoffs every year. You know what I mean? As long as they keep buy-in and just what Coach Mack, just the vision he have. And so that's what it is in seeing that. And so I definitely understand, like I said, that transition. Like me and Mac, we talk all the time. That's my dude. You know what I mean? Where he be like, "Yo, Coach, you know what I mean? Because it's one of those where he's so passionate about it. You know what I mean? And he like that's one thing that I can attest and just say the love he had for the girls and for the game. He give his all. You know what I mean? And so that's the thing where he's like, and I remember being a young coach at the high school, like we're trying to figure out, man, how do I get them to buy in? You know what I mean? What is it? I didn't get this, I didn't done that, I didn't done, you know what I mean? And you really begin to look like, man, what's up? You know what I mean? And that's where me, Matt, you and I, we get to talk and I say, fam, we're good. You know what I mean? We're good based off of the leadership that we have. You know what I mean? So that's why I encourage you, Matt, because it starts with you. You know what I mean? And your passion and the people you put around and your hunger. The girls are starting to buy and they feed and they're seeing that you care and that you believe in them. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm excited, as we say, for the challenge because of the fact that we made it to state. We made history last year. You know what I mean? So, of course, everybody's like, okay, what they going to do? Was it a fluke? You know, you got all these questions that I'm sure people going to be, I wonder, they going to do this and that. And if you would say preseason, I love how he set it up. We had some heavy hitters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was thinking about that, man. I've been thinking about nonstop. Just my brain has been just only on the season. It's like I ain't second guess it, but I'm like after them 3 games, like I set it up for us to basically get smacked because I'm just like, you know, you can't set up a weak preseason schedule,
Right.
and then go in thinking that you something that you ain't, and then you run in. You know what I mean? So I'm like, nah, who can I find that's gonna wake us up early and you know and make us know, nah, we gotta work, you know, and we should have won 2 out of them 3. One, I knew we was. I don't want to say I knew because then it just sound like I don't believe, but you know, I knew, you know, the reality.
Hey, coach, nah. See, and a lot of people think they wrong when they think like that. Nah, coach, that you're not. It's not. It's that's experience and that's your high IQ. That's all that is. You ain't thinking nothing else. It's a girl on a team who's better than a girl on your team, and that's all that is. And that's
Hey,
sometimes it's you know what I'm saying. Like
yeah,
that's just how it is. I get you though, coach. Yeah, that's the good heart. We can't really say that. That's the good heart.
hey, I know what we going into, and I know that if you know, if and when we accomplish what we need to accomplish in league, once we go to playoffs, it's gonna be heavy. So it's like I just want them to be prepared, you know, mentally. You know, we got
Right.
the skill, but it's like here and here. Like,
yeah.
you gotta have it here. You gotta be able to get punched on and not, you know, get back up and get back up and get back up. Like you can't, you know, take one and then just be like, ooh, like that don't feel good. You know, you got to be able to get through the hard stuff and keep fighting. I mean, that's just the way that I grew up, man. I you know, I watched my mama struggle and make it look easy. You know, I didn't, you know, I had to catch the BART to downtown Oakland and catch the AC Transit all the way to Hayward. Like, you know, my life it's been a struggle of getting through hard things. Like I done been homeless, you know, me and my, you know, my younger brother, my little sister, and my mom, you know, sleeping in hotels or sleeping in the car. Like, so it's like my life's always been about overcoming adversity and not giving up. Like I done, just like I'm pretty sure y'all too, I done been through some stuff, you know, and it's like I done been hard, seriously hard times in my life, and to be where I'm at now is all because I just refuse to give up. And it's like, you know, growing up in the streets of Oakland, like that's, you ain't got a choice. I mean, you know, it ain't nobody got to talk you into it. It's either you gonna do this or you ain't gonna have nothing.
Yep.
Like that's just how it is. And you know, that's I want to be to the girls like what I wish I had, so they don't have to go through that. You know, being a good player, knowing both sides of the game, as far as like being a student first and then an athlete second, so you can go somewhere, so you don't have to grow up and struggle, and having that fight in you, and not being entitled and having everything given to you.
Yeah.
It's just like it's so much that I just want to give back based on the struggles that I had in my life. It's like, wow, I'll never give up on these girls. I'll never give up on any kid, but especially the girls. It's just different on that side. You got so many female athletes that just drop out and quit, just because I don't even know the answer to why they do it. It's just they get to a stage and with no rhyme or reason, I'm not playing no more. So it's like,
because it's so male dominant, man. It's every time a girl may see like a top athlete, even a male athlete, they see so much more of them than they see the female athletes. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's only seasonal with the female athletes. Like we got some like Asia Wilson, like those are some big time, like, you know what I mean? Like girls look up to them, but they don't see them as much like LeBron and Steph, and and it is. And I want to say is that the boys have more people to look up to than the girls do. And I think that's probably, you know what I mean, one of the main reasons why, but I know you're right. They get to a certain level and it's like, I'm cool. So I don't know if it's the level of competition. I don't know if it's someone they can't look up to, or something else might just happen. Like they might just like, I want to do this now, or I'm getting older, I don't want to hoop no more. I don't know. But just those little facts, that's the only thing I probably can think of why they, girls stop at a certain age. And it's crazy.
Yeah, shout out to, I got a couple of shout outs, you know what I mean? Our original, I call him our GM, Terrence. He was the one that helped us put the Lady album record together, our young crew. So he showed us some love. He said, "What's up?" My coach Mike, who was on the show, was just commenting on the fact that a tough schedule makes it easier for them to buy in and work harder during practice. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things too, Mac, which we know. Like we kept telling them, get ready. You know what I mean? and get ready. And sure enough, we're in the locker room and we're looking at him and we're talking to him. And that's the thing that I love about our girls. They know we ain't gonna lie to them. We ain't gonna steer them wrong. You know what I mean? And it's where they're like, yeah, y'all told us. And so now the buy-in is starting to really kick in now. And so, like I said,
it's getting there slowly.
Yeah, and that's what the good part is preseason. Like I said, it's early, and so they take these L's, especially a couple of them we should have won. You know what I mean? Like I said, the one we lost, they had some big ones, boy. That was
oh man, they had a 6'3" and a 6'1".
Yeah.
Damn. A girl?
Yeah.
6'3". Goodness gracious. That's dang.
You know, it's
it is what it is, man. I should tell you, I told them straight up. I said, y'all not gonna believe me until it actually happens. Like, until it happens, like you can't look at the competition that's around you. Like I always encourage kids, man. Don't stop looking at the people around you, man. Get online. Like look at some clips on IG or whatever social media platform you got. Like look on there, man, because you need to be wanting to be like them or better than them.
Yeah.
That was like the whole Ray Young story. Like I used to watch N1 mixtape. I wake up in the morning and pop an N1 mixtape in, and then go outside and start trying to be like Black Widow and all them. I watch Jordan video, and then I would go to the park by myself, like dude on above the rim, and be on the rooftop. So like I was really out there, just like really trying to hoop, wanting to be the best, not better than the dude down the street or the dude that go, to Encinal or whatever. Like I wanted to be better than the top dude, like all the time. Like I don't care who you are. Like I'm trying to be everybody. I'm trying to be everybody that's anywhere, and that's the way these kids got to think. Like they got to stop thinking like real small. Like I just want to be good. Like I want to win this game. Like no, it's gonna take a lot more, and I think we got like really high expectations, and that's why it feels like the buy-in's not happening right now because my expectations are probably me and Coach Ash's, I should say, expectations are probably higher than what they've been, what they've been in the past for some of these kids.
Right. No, yeah, no. Some of these kids do have their expectations might be higher than ours sometimes, because what they see is what they think they can do, and not knowing that they actually have to work on it. You know what I mean? They'll see it and they go and do it like, oh, I see it so much. Oh, I go into the gym, I expect to do the same thing, so let me do it. And then they notice that they can't do it. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, whether it be not just sports, but life in general. And they can't do it, and it's different when it ain't about sports. When it's not about sports, it's a different approach. Now they know, they understand what they have to do and different resources. But when it comes to that ball and they get on, it's like, how can I get help doing it? Then the coach like, can you help me do this? Like, you don't need to work on that. Why are you doing that? Oh, because I saw it. And like, no. Time out. See, and that's the problem. It's what you see is what you think you can do. And you can't. So don't do it. And that's another problem, man, is kids, they need to learn that their mindset has to be stronger than their skill set. And I even tell guys, guys who I play with, and even the other pro guys, say, yo, make sure your mind stays stronger than your skill set, because then now you need to know what to do. It ain't just about working out. Now learn the court. So when you get to that area, you know what to do. Learn the court, study the court, so you know what to do. Don't just get to a spot. It's a difference. So I love saying that, man. But I think that's just the main thing, is just having that skill set and mindset too, man, for real.
It's real. I mean, like I said, it's different levels to this. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty that I love, like working with Mac, in the sense of just saying, where y'all want to go, especially players, we've been there already. You know what I mean? Well, how did we get there? It took work. You know what I mean? So he still got that old school thinking, where he's saying, in the sense that it's not just old school, it's just what it is. If you don't put in no work, like I said, our slogan is we all eat. Why? Because we all working. If you ain't working, you can't eat. You know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you, And so that's the beauty of what we got going on, Ballaholic. You'll be up here. We're looking right after Christmas. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get you in the gym to come and see the girls. I'm sure we'll have practice or something like that. But it's one of those things, just constantly bringing them resources. And that's the another thing that I'm thankful to be working with both of you all, is to be able to give our community in KidSap opportunities, resources, exposure. And like I said, too bad I didn't have the Admirals going when my man Mac was still hooping. Oh, you know what I mean? He was really like that, you know what I mean? And so it's one of those where now we have this platform and wanted to use this platform to be able to give our kids opportunities they normally don't get. You know what I mean? And so to do that, we also have to prepare them, because we already know it depends on where you're going. There's already limited opportunities or college scholarships, let alone trying to go to NBA or, you know what I mean, overseas. It gets harder. The number grows gets smaller. And that's on both sides, men and women. So for us, that's the exciting part, to see that Coach Mack and I have been able to, I feel like, create a culture on a girl side, especially at CK. You know what I mean? Right now, what I'm seeing, there's a lot of excitement, about basketball, and it's growing. You know what I mean? We got young girls at CK and Ridgetop. They're looking forward to come play for us at CK. So that's encouraging. What the young ladies have did last year, and it's still continue to build, where they're encouraging, or they're leaving motivating change, you know what I mean, for the girls that are coming up and across the board. Because I mean, for us, we have like certain pockets that we know is good. Like for us, we say North, that's what we end up playing. The other night, they normally always have one of the top program. Peninsula, they're 2A, you know what I mean? We're, of course, the 3A, bigger school. And it's just wanted to raise the level all the way around, you know what I mean? And so that's the part that I'm thankful for Matt, believing in me and reaching out. Like, we go back and he's always, and I just got to give you your flowers back, you know what I mean? Because it's one of those things where folks don't speak on you know what I mean, I just give praise, you know what I mean, in a sense where as long as we've known each other, you've always been one of those guys, in a sense, just stood up. Like, as they say, stand on business. You always been one of those upfront, just being truthful and what you say, loyal. You know what I mean? You have somebody that he'll say, man, you put me on, and some people will get on and they'll forget about you. You know what I mean? He's been somebody we rode the way back before everybody knew anything about what we were doing to, man, now folks are starting to know who we are, but he's always kept it real and reached out to me to be able to be a part of history with him, because that's what he's doing. You know what I mean? It's changing the culture of basketball out here. I just want to say thank you. And that's another reason why I'm constantly, any resources, anything I have, I'm like, Matt, how can I help you? You know what I mean? What is it? Because I see your love and your passion, and I pretty much adopted his daughter as my goddaughter. I'm like, hey, you know what I mean? She needs me. I'm there. You know what I mean? All the girls in Bremerton, they know we had built a family. So I understand where Matt come from on just his love. And so I just had to just give you love, you know what I mean? Like I said, just because I understand the pressure that you're under. You know what I mean? Like, for real, bro, the pressure that you're under as a head coach, the responsibility, and the fact that I didn't accomplish what you accomplished. That means I didn't go to state. Yes, I went to the playoffs, but we went to state, right? You know what I mean? And that's
Hey, it's I don't mean to cut you off. It ain't me, man. It's us. I mean, that's the success of your team is. I mean, it's not by one person.
Right.
Like, I always tell all you guys, coaching staff, the kids, it's like I'm not doing this on my own, and I don't need to be an ego guy and get all the praise. It's like we doing it together. You only as strong as your team. You know, my first move as soon as I got the head coach was to surround myself with people that think like me, or it don't matter who's in the jersey. Like, if the staff ain't on point and have the same vision and ain't loyal to each other,
yeah,
it's gonna fall. So I mean, I appreciate all the praise, but it's all of us, man, from the head to the assistant to C team, JV, and every kid in a uniform. Like we did that. I just got the title.
Well, and see, that's what I love about you, the humility part, and why I say it started with you. You had to pick everybody. You had to make certain decisions. And that's where I want to encourage you and say, yes, you know what I mean? It took all of us, but it was the wisdom that God gave you. Hey, let me call that, and let me set as you always say, your pride aside, the ego. I'm going to let you speak. I'm going to let you do this. That's not normal. A lot of folks don't do that. You know what I mean? I'm just speaking from experience. A head coach, there's a lot of coaches that are hungry on the fact that.
My froze.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The worst part, too.
Yeah, you probably noticing right now, like, I just froze.
I don't know what happened. Bro, for real.
Yeah, I'm back in a minute. He's probably trying to do it right now. Link back in now.
That's what
How long you know Coach Alty for?
Oh man, let me see. I'm gonna say pushing 20.
20? Okay.
Back I was in college. I think it was like my sophomore year I met him. So I was probably like, I took a year off. So I think I was like 20, 21. I'm 42 now. So yeah, about 20 years.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah.
I
I do.
have to probably try to join again because he out now.
Yeah. He gonna link back in probably any minute. He probably, he up there. It's probably Wi-Fi. He always complaining about his Wi-Fi being bad. My Wi-Fi back, Cardell. My Wi-Fi back.
Yep.
No, that's good though, man. There you go.
There we go. There we
go.
Talk about your Wi-Fi bad, Coach. Wi-Fi bad.
Oh man, my Wi-Fi just went out. I'm looking here. It's connection ain't got set, man. But yeah, going back, like I said, it's just one of those. Like I said, you created an environment. You know what I mean, for all of us to have that love and just as a family. You know what I mean. So that's my biggest thing. just always wanting to encourage you like you encourage all of us. You know what I mean? So that's why I sit there and I want to give you your praise, because it's one of those, I feel at ease and comfortable with being who I am. And you know what I mean? And you always welcome that with all of us. And so that's why our program is the way that it is the environment that you help set, you know what I mean, coming in. And so, yes, it's all of us. Yet at the same time, I just want to make sure that you're also encouraged along this journey, because it is a major journey. Like I said, we made it playoffs, you made it to state. And so all eyes is on you again. You know what I mean? They're looking, because look, think of it like this, Matt. If you don't go, everything we have a horrible season. Who they looking at? You.
Oh yeah, I already know.
It's one of those where it's saying, look, bro, so bad, they look at you. You know what I mean? If they go good, it's like, yeah, they look at you, but it's a thing too where it's all of us. So that's why I said, bro, we got it. We're gonna continue to ride it and just constantly just encourage you, because like I said, I like the pressure. You know, we like the pressure, but do the girls like the pressure? That's the thing. Some of them like it, some of them don't. You know what I mean? We've seen that. And so it's being able to handle that and to encourage, because it's not just on the court, it's life.
Mm-hmm.
Life is full of pressures. You know what I mean? It's things that it's not always going to work our way and things like that. And so that's another reason why I was like, man, I was talking to Baller, like we hadn't been on in a while. So I got to hit my man, Matt. You know what I mean? Let me hit him up, get him on. I think this would be a great segment as we get ready to enter our season tomorrow. We got Peninsula. You know what I mean? We're on this.
That's who won the league last year. They took first place last year.
That's our opener. Yeah, the first league game is against the champs. You know what I mean?
Y'all got a tough one tomorrow already.
I mean, it ain't. I'll put it to you like this: it ain't gonna be no tougher than what I scheduled for preseason. So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
How the game gonna turn out, we'll see. But it ain't gonna be nothing tougher than what we had preseason. I know that much. It ain't gonna be tougher. It definitely ain't gonna be tougher than 6-3-6-1.
Max.
Yeah. Damn, 6-3-6-1. Sheesh.
So we just
on any girl that look like 6'3", on the girl look like about 6'6".
Man, what? Bro.
She wasn't skinny neither.
No.
She was solid.
Oh man. Yeah, that's when it's bad. Yeah, it get different.
Hey,
look,
Ash got there after he got there after I did. I was already there. I walked in the gym and I'm 6'6", so usually especially when I'm around women, they always talk about how tall I'm. I walk past and she looked like she looking me up in my eyes. Hey, Ash got their ball. I ran up to him real quick because she just so happened to have walked out right before he walked in the door. I walked up and grabbed him by the shoulders and just spun him around. I said, that's the one I'm talking about right there. I was like, there she go right there. she was like about right here to me.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy, man.
What, one went out? Well, they had them both at the same time. At one time, one go out, then they had the other. It was no letting down. It was like, man, we're gonna have to battle all night. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And that's a hell of an advantage for a girl, man. Even to have her on the team, but for her to be that height, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. They could play. That's the other part too, because you can have some girls who are tall and they're just tall. No, they actually had skill. They got college offers. I thought I heard that somebody said they had offers already to go to school next year. You know what I mean? So they can hoop. You know what I mean? And that's why I say, once again, salute to you, Mac, on putting us through the ringer before we actually get in the fire. You know what I mean? You know?
Oh, man.
Got North Thurston. Oh, man. North Thurston, that's going to be a whole nother game. They got a girl on that team. What? She's
a freak. No, if she happens to see this, no disrespect.
No disrespect at all.
I'm saying freak like they say, like the Greek freak, like she's a freak.
Yes.
Like
Oh, that's crazy.
Not
No.
it is. She ain't normal.
No.
If you're not normal, no.
I don't know. I don't know.
We all know who she
I don't know
is.
who put her together, but like 2K when you can make your player like that.
She like that.
Really?
She on 99. 99 is that's the highest player rate. 99.
Somebody spent all their VC on her. All of it.
That's our first week of games. That's our first 2 games. We got the championship. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, we ready though. You know,
That's tough. That's tough.
it is tough. We got to make our little tweaks in between and this and that. But like I said, we do have some talent. You know what I mean? I can agree on that. One of my, I love all my girls. I ain't gonna sit there and say it's just one more than the other, but me and him, we both can agree. Sam, we got a post player. What?
Yeah.
Hey, ball. Put it like this: I'm 6'6", I say 275, and we was doing a drill, and I happened to not be paying attention to my right side. And I turned, and she said a pick. I mean, I'm a big dude, but I felt it. I felt it. I mean, she got a level of strength that's like ridiculous, and she's learning how to use it without, without just being out of control. Like she's
being, yeah.
More control, and her footwork is starting to get there. She's only a junior. Like she was on varsity last year as a sophomore. So we got her for this year and next year. But yeah, she's solid, and you try to block her, she taking you up with her. Put it like that.
I was like that. Like that.
You don't want to tie up with her. I watch her sling a girl across the court trying to tie up with her. You don't want to do that. You just let the ball go, player. It ain't even that serious.
And that's the thing. Some girls, man. Some girls are tough, man. Like you got to see, like some girls are just tough. Like in college, you see in college, WNBA, them girls been tough for so long, man. Like you can just tell. Like it's different on the court. Like you don't see the girly. You see the, you know what I'm saying? You don't see the girly. You see it's different. Yeah. So that's another thing that I love about, with girls. You see them off the court, it's the girly, but when you see them on the court, it's like, nah, bruh, nah, we're not having it. Boys, they just straight way off the court and on the court. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I've been telling them at practice, man, I'm like, I got a really good group of girls. They nice, they humble, they goofy, they got good grades. But for 32 basketball minutes, I need you to be a killer. Like, I need all that nice stuff for right now.
Yeah.
That's cool. But once you get inside them lines, 32 basketball minutes, I need you to just be pit bull. Like, I need you to get on their neck and don't let go.
Right.
We got to make top 4 teams going. And so we got to go. We got to make it back. Like I said, I like our chances. I like the buy-in that is starting to happen, and just the fact that, man, I like it's just the pressure. Hey, my man won it. Yeah, my man won it. Thank you for tapping in. There's one. Yeah, he said, I got you for 32 minutes. Yeah, that was one of those who know the history of the Admirals, the men's team. He was that guy. Got a nickname. I'm like that. Yeah, he out of Seattle. He was one of those defense, offense, a different kind of switch. You know what I mean? When you get on the court, and that's that. In a sense, when we say the Admiral brand, that's how it was. That kind of player that I was, and I'm sure all of us, is a different switch. You got to turn on, and then you change it. And so, that's what it is, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I ain't gonna keep y'all. I done kept my man for an hour. Man, we're gonna have to tap back in because we got the season. We're letting everybody know we're coming. You know what I mean? It kicks off tomorrow. It's the top 4. that make it to the playoffs to back to state. And man, it's high expectations for us, and we are for the challenge. Our ladies are for the challenge. You know what I mean? Hey, shit.
Hey,
Kind of love.
we gonna get there, man. I feel it. I feel like I picked a solid coaching staff and ball. Like we lost 2 of our assistants from last year. You know, we got, besides Ash, we got a whole new coaching staff. But I mean, I like what they're doing in the old coaching staff. They still around. Just one, she got, you know, she's still on the program on the logistical side, but you know, she's not doing the coaching no more. Her daughter graduated. She played for us last year, and then the other one, her daughter graduated and went off to college, but she has a son that plays for the same school, so she done switched over to the boys' side. So she's still around, but we trying to piece everything together, get everybody familiar with each other.
Right.
We just got to stay healthy. Like 2 of our starters aren't at 100% right now. Like they you know, they got some nagging pain. So that's gonna be the biggest piece of it right there. Like
right.
That's our only worry, because academically, like the program across the board is, I mean, I don't think nobody got less than a C.
Right.
Yeah, that's for sure. Number one. Yeah. I'm not training no kid unless you got good grades. Yeah. I'm not training you. Yeah, I'm not. Coach, can you train me? Your grades is good. I need to see a report card, because otherwise, that means you don't have grades to play. What am I training you for? You ain't playing no basketball, right? So what am I training you for? Yeah.
That's what I be telling these people sometimes, man. I made a post one time, like, you know, you need to stay up on your kids' grades, otherwise you wasting money paying for all these trainers. Because I mean, what they gonna do? You paying for nothing. I mean, not to step on nobody's bag, trainers out there, but I mean, at the same time, it's like parents, like if you don't have your kid getting it in the classroom, like all that money that you paying on these trainers is a waste of time.
Wasting time. It's a way, and you're not, Mac. You keeping it 100, man, because like the parents got to know that. Like if your kid ain't playing, you just depending on you ain't playing high school basketball. Like you spending your money. You wasting your money on what? Yeah. And your kid is not gonna be playing. What are you wasting your money on? You know what I mean? So
high school, they think, you know, if I go AAU, like little do you know, like I mean, you think you gotta
have grades.
Exactly. Man. You gotta have a grade, and you know, it's some AAU coaches, they don't care about your grades. It's like, you know, what can you do for me? Like me, I'm not gonna waste my time. Like, I mean, it'll hurt our program. Like, I don't care how good your kid is or how good you think your kid is. If your kid don't got the grades, I'm not taking away a jersey from this player.
For real though.
I'd be good to give it to them, because now I done wasted a jersey on 2 people. I done cut this person that would have been eligible. I gave you a jersey and you ain't eligible, so now I'm out of 2 players.
Yep.
Like,
right.
If you're not doing business in the classroom, you're not getting a jersey from me. I don't care how good you are.
And people don't understand the breakdown from that is why they're not getting it. Is because that means if you ain't listening to class, you got a number of different classes, a number of different subjects. That means you're not listening, you're not attentive, you're not paying attention, you're not understanding anything that's going on. So how could you possibly want to listen to your coach if you're not listening to any one of these teachers or one teacher? That would be my biggest question for that kid who didn't have the grades, but just wanted to play basketball so much. Like, where's your mindset at? That would be my biggest question for that kid, man. And that's why, like, sometimes I tell Coach Ashley, like, sometimes I don't like talking to kids and mentioning that, because a lot of kids don't have an answer. They don't know. You know what I mean? They go to class just because they have to have grades for basketball. No. That's the wrong reason why you're going to class. You're going to class because you need to learn what's going on for that subject. Because that is going to apply to life, how to talk English, how to hold conversations, math. You got to learn how to count your money. You want to go to the league you're trying to get to, you want to get to, right? Yep. And that goes along with financial literacy, all of that stuff. You know what I mean? History, which they barely teach in school nowadays. You got to learn that. And then, you know, all of that. And I tell them there's a different, and Coach Ashley said this too, there's a switch. When you're in class, basketball can be turned off for that moment. Focus on basketball. Once you get done, then turn that switch on to basketball. It's a balance. So your equilibrium stays there. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it plays a big factor, right? It does, man. So
I mean, you need to go as far as the IQ of the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Start thinking about paying attention. How many times we go through this all the time? You got to learn the plays. You got to learn the plays. All of this paying attention to details. So all of it translates, you know what I mean, in some kind of form or fashion. So that's the thing too. Even say if you go and kill it on the AAU circuit and a school want to give you a scholarship and you don't have the grades next, you know what I mean? So it's still going to affect you one way or the other. You know what I mean? So why waste your time? I think if you start teaching right now, part of the foundation of things, you know what I mean? Because that was one of the things, and I'm thankful for that I went through, in the sense that I didn't play high school ball. It wasn't because I didn't know how. Just my mom wanted me to work. You know what I mean? It's not like I was struggling or she needed me to work. It was discipline. You know what I mean? Teaching me how this what needs to be done. But I still played basketball, you know, at a high level, and I just had a gift. But the part that was missing was the structure. So when I did get a chance, when it's time, boom, somebody's like, yo, here's an opportunity to go to college. I got to know plays. You know what I mean? I got to know how to read this and remember that. And you know what I mean? It was like, oh, you just don't get the ball and go one-on-one and da-da-da. So all of that matters. And so that's one of the things when you start talking about paying attention and education and things like that. Attention, being able to pay attention to details and how to memorize and all of that is a part of the game, your IQ. You know what I mean? So that's something that I think about when we're talking about as far as grades and why that's important, because it's going to affect you at some point of time. Because it was teammates I had when I was in college that, man, I lost half of a team because of GPA, you know what I mean, or grades. You know what I mean? So it is going to affect you one way or the other. So it's just, we start now hold them accountable, even with our AAU programs, saying, man, why waste my time? Because if you don't get it now, it's going to catch up with you. You know what I mean? So,
and for real, and this, you're right, Coach. And it's so many different distractions with that, man, because now, like we said, we can get in high school, you can get these NIL deals. So now we're thinking about, you know, a kid could be, you know, I ain't got to go to class, I got an NIL deal, or, you know what I mean? We don't know how many different other reasons why these kids, you know, are academically don't have the grades. It could be a lot of, it's crazy, man. It's crazy how the new generation is. Because, for example, we look at Mikey Williams, right? Like his situation, we know his situation, but the fact that he had an NIL deal in high school, the fact that he's worth $7 million already, the fact that he has a Puma contract still in high school, you see what he's doing now. You know what I'm saying? Like it comes with the territory. He didn't have to do that, but the fact that his mind is there, he ain't got to do nothing. But you know what I'm saying? So all that is translated into everything we're talking about too, man. Like your mind, it's just different. It's different with our youth, man, and we got to understand that whatever we say, whatever we do, they're gonna see it, man. And for like all of us, we hear something, we see something, we're gonna hold it in, and nobody else might not know about it. We're gonna hold it in. We're gonna bring it out when that time is perfect. You know what I'm saying? Or when that time is right or wrong, for like what Mikey Williams did. You know what I'm saying? So now it's important that we, of course, man, of course, like you guys and then myself, we definitely got to make sure we give it back to the generation and make sure they understand it, what's right, what's wrong.
So we're about to get ready to close out. And you got any words? Give us some words to our girls, because I'm sure some of them probably gonna check it out, Ballaholic, until they get to meet you in person. But we start our season tomorrow, and you know, I mean, if there's a words of wisdom, any tips or encouragement, what would you say to the girls for us, man?
Finish what you started, because the best is yet to come. And anything, I'm going to say that. Finish what you started, because the best is yet to come. And this is for the girls only. I'm not talking about the boys. The boys, the boys, get y'all ass on the baseline. The girls, for the girls, finish what you started. The best is yet to come. You girls work so hard You girls work so hard. You listen. It's different with the girls. That's why I love working with training the girls. It's different with the girls. So just keep going. Stay positive. Keep motivating each other. Be a girl off the court, but when you get on that court, be that dog. Be that dog. But definitely just stay focused. Stay locked in. Definitely.
Appreciate you, Ballaholic.
I can't wait to play that for them.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait because they got to hear from somebody that's not named Coach Mack or Coach Ashley. I can't wait to play it.
That's true.
Definitely, Coach. For sure, Coach Mack. I got you, for sure.
And when you get out here, we're going to definitely bring you out so you can see them and talk to them personally. And so, man, thank you for taking the time so we can have this and motivate our girls before the season, because we got a goal. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're not only just make playoffs, we're going back to state. That's our goal. You know, like Matt had last year, why not us? You know what I mean? And so we're going to stick with it. And we got, as they say, it's nothing. Hard work is light work. And, you know, it should be something that's normal. You know what I mean? For us, that's what it is for us and what we're trying to cultivate. And so it's about to be, for my man, Coach Mack, it's time to put on those famous shoes again, you know, the shoes on the sideline and you know, they can do what they do. You got anything, Coach Mack, you want to leave, how to follow or anything like that? Shout out to Naya.
Oh, yeah, man. I don't even know my social media like that. I don't do stuff like that no more anyways, man. I just
see, Coach Ashley, he the same way, man. He really been social media type dude. I knew I wasn't the only one.
Nah, man. I mean, I just thank you for, you know, inviting me out to be on here. This my first podcast that I've ever been on. So appreciate you having me on. Appreciate Ball for coming on, man, and you know, speaking, especially love a message to the girls, because I'm dead serious about that. They gonna see. I ain't just saying this, man. This is a mentality. Y'all think I'll be just getting on y'all and I'm not nice and all that. Cause see, Ball, I should tell you, I wasn't like this last year. Last year, my first year in, I had to ease in and, you know, get comfortable with everybody. But now, you know, that pressure's hitting, and you know, we got a different group. I ain't, you know, and I push a lot harder. I push a lot harder this year, but it comes from a place of love and wanting them to be successful. But I just appreciate you being on here, man, and talking. And this, you know, this was a good way to spend my Sunday after watching the Niners with some, you know what.
Man, the Eagles, they ain't gonna be. Them Eagles ain't flying tonight, man. They gonna be tucked up somewhere. It's raining up there. Them Eagles ain't flying nowhere tonight. I know that's our bird, you know, the California Eagle, but it ain't flying tonight though. But definitely no. Appreciate talking to you, Coach Mack, man. The fact that you from the Bay, man, and the energy I could tell, you know, you being from the Bay, man. I can't wait to get up there and actually, you know, talk to the girls and give some words of encouragement. Besides what Coach Ashley and I got going on up there, man, I'm excited to just to see the girls and work with the girls, man. Definitely.
Appreciate that, man. And thank you, whoever's on here. You know, whoever's on here watching, man. Just follow Kitsap Athletics. You can follow us on Instagram, CK Girls Basketball, Facebook, CK. I think it's CK Girls Basketball. I'm on Instagram, Coach Mac something. I think it's my alter ego, Mac Sean Valentino, something like that. I don't like get my phone out to look, man. If you want to find me, you will.
So yeah, y'all can check us out. We're going to be in Peninsula 7:00 tomorrow. It goes down. We'll be out there, and then we got North Thurston on Friday. So hey, tap in with us. Continue to support our girls program, the whole program as a whole, man. And we're gonna keep y'all updated on our journey as we make our way back to the playoffs. And thank y'all for tapping in. Streetball to Pro. Until next time, appreciate all y'all.
Salute, Coach.
Everybody be safe.
Yes, sir.